Welcome back to Genshin Impact, where we're now approaching the conclusion of the 6.5 slash Luna 6 main event. And, we had a little bit of technical difficulties. So, because of those technical difficulties, we won't be able to see any of the anecdotes. And what were these technical difficulties, you'd like to ask? Well, the computer had a little bit of a... well, not necessarily a malfunction. Everything just decided to freeze, and then I just lost, maybe all the content for the anecdotes, which means we unfortunately get to miss out seeing the anecdotes involving Diluc and Nefer, as well as Alice and Nicole with Dory. And the worst thing of all is we get to miss the anecdote with Granny. Is I had this whole spiel with Granny. It was a very sweet and wholesome moment. I let Granny beat up someone. But with that out of the way, let's go ahead and do some events, shall we? Before we end up losing footage again, and I hope that's not the case. So we'll go ahead and meet up with the first event, starting right about now. You got it, Claran. So anyway, yesterday I actually ended up watching the latest episode of Survivor 50. And for those of you that know what happened within that latest episode of Survivor, well, a certain well-known icon of the modern day had appeared on the most recent episode. You probably know him as the one and only Mr. Beast, if you will. And it also was bringing back the long-awaited Survivor auction, which has been a bit of a... has been a MIA for quite some time. About, how long has it been? It's been at least 20 seasons since the last auction, so I want to say it's been about... yeah, it's been at least around 11 years since the,
activated a vast energy source for you. Keep at it!
Yeah, the fact that it's been 20 seasons since the last Survivor auction, which is really crazy if you think about it. I mean, 20 whole seasons without an auction is crazy. And the more that you think about it,
toughest mecha. Time to go all
the
out.
fact that it's been so long since, the auction has been around is literally the craziest thing. Also, I just realized this thing has a lot of health bars, for something so small. Yeah, but not only that, we were introduced to what was probably one of the craziest tribal councils ever. And I gotta say, I gotta give a massive shout out to the one and only Rick Devens for making such a phenomenal performance for that tribal council. I don't think something like that would be pulled off again in a long, long time. And especially considering the whole new Beware advantage, the Super Beware advantage that was brought in with, Mr. Beast. The whole thing behind that advantage was one person risks their position in the game all on a coin flip. And if they called the coin toss right, the prize pool was doubled from $1 million to $2 million. And they guaranteed themselves safety at this current tribal council. But if they called it wrong, then there would be no tribal council, and the person that would flip the coin would be immediately eliminated right then and there. And the fact that Rick Devens pulled off this amazing tribal council with so much information that he received from all of the other remaining contestants and used that as ammo for probably one of the most chaotic live tribals ever. He also took the initiative to go with the gamble of flipping this coin for the super beware advantage, and he actually manages to get the correct call on the coin toss. And my God, it was actually crazy that he was able to pull off something like that. And I'll just go ahead and tell you, if he makes it to the end of the game, that he's probably upped his win equity by quite a bit by doing that insane stunt. That's if he makes it to the end, though. Well, but then you also have to consider that he still has some pretty good competition left in this game, like Jonathan, who I believe at this point has made quite a massive heel turn since the last time that he's played, which is quite surprising. And he's also got some pretty good competition like Joe and Ozzy and even Sari. Though I believe at this point, like, you have like other presences like, Tiffany, she has a shot of winning the game. And then there's Aubrey, who also has some potential winner equity. But I believe at this point that out of everyone that's left in the game, I personally believe that Emily is the only one that really doesn't have any winner equity in her at all at this point. During this stage, Hydra's Sama Trolls will join the fray. They will keep their distance and heal our enemies. Deploying a Rain of Fire Cannon Ducky will help you take them out early. The bombing technique is also an effective countermeasure. At the same time, Ruin Guards will also join the fray. These enemies are incredibly powerful. A single attack can destroy any mechanism except for the determined Shield Crab. Okay, so we gotta fortify our defenses.
The match is about to begin. Please, get ready.
Okay, Nefa. So we'll place one here, and what was it? And a Molly Dolly Duo, no entry shield mode, double trouble Squeaky Ducky. I guess, yeah, this is the one with the one that we use for the Sama Trolls. So I think it would also be a good idea to place an energy dude right here, and let's get this going. But yeah, as I was saying, I'm pretty sure that like Emily doesn't really have any winner equity at this point within the rest of the game. I mean, it's not saying that she's a great player. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is that she may not have, as much winner equity as compared to the others. So, like, in my honest take, I could probably see her being taken to the end as a goat. And as weird as that is to say, I think that might actually end up being the case.
Ha. As long as I do not attack, I cannot be defeated.
I mean, that is true, Nefa. I mean, if you don't attack, you can't be defeated, but, it doesn't always work out that way, unfortunately. But yeah, like, as I was saying, winner equity. I'm pretty sure that Emily does not have the winner equity at this point within the game. Oh my God, that is a lot of Vishavs. And there's Sama Trolls backing it up. Oh my goodness, dude. Yeah, we're gonna have to fortify our defenses up here a bit. If that's the case. Oh, it's the final wave already? Huh. I mean, as long... Okay, good. That Solitral did not get enough time to heal. Let's see, yeah. Winner equity.
Traveler victory
it's very important.
imminent. Greatly increasing value of malice parameter.
No, don't increase your balance parameter! Emily could most likely be taken to the end as a goat. solely because she's not really doing anything that helps improve her chances of winning. It's gonna break through, isn't it? Or wait, well, maybe not. Oh shoot, I forgot about upgrading this guy. Nah, it's fine.
Traveler's defenses have been breached. I am quite good at this.
You only got one to breach through, Nefa. It's not that big of an accomplishment if you ask me personally. Well, at this point it's gonna be 3, but it's fine. It'll be fine. I mean, the only thing that's left are Salvaturals. Test the efficiency of the guard mechanisms with Inefa. At regular intervals, you will obtain a deployable mechanism. A maximum of 4 mechanisms can be kept in the deployment slots. Observe the battlefield, arrange the mechanism strategically, and take your enemies down. Okay, so I think this one's actually going to be a bit of a unique one.
To go all out.
All out? I don't want you to go all out. If you're going to go all out on Yehoda. Because, you know, that would be funny. I mean, at least it's providing me, like a random thing every now and then. It's literally completely randomized. Oh, boy. Yeah, so, like, in my honest opinion, when it comes to, you know, in the whole essence of Survivor 50 at this point, since we're pretty much nearing the end game, who do I think has the capabilities of winning the whole thing? And honestly, that's a really good question at this point. Like, who do I think could potentially win it if they make it to the end? And I could see, like, a lot of potential for, you know, like, someone like Ozzy to make it to the end. Because, you know, it's Ozzy. Like, if they don't get rid of him, then it's pretty much over for everyone else. Because, you know, Ozzy's, like, one of the best people to have ever played on Survivor. And if you let him make it to the end, and chances are very likely he is going to win. Yeah. And you could also say the same for Jonathan. You could say, like, within, you know, modern Survivor at this point, you could say that Jonathan is like the, I guess the best way to put it would be the modern day Ozzy, which is a really interesting way to put it. I mean, he was, you know, consistently providing for his tribe. He single-handedly carried his entire tribe, you know, before the merge. And then you also have Joe. Joe's also a pretty good Survivor player as well.
Activating analysis module.
Although, personally, I didn't watch season... Although I didn't really watch season 48 when it came out, same with 47 and 49. But I could see the potential that Joe does have what it takes to potentially win this game. And of course, Devins definitely has some winner equity within him now, due to his crazy shenanigans. I mean, you can also probably see the potential of winner equity for Suri. You know, she's a 5-time player, like Ozzy. And she's never won, again, like Ozzy. So, you can really see, you know, what these players have the potential to go far in this game. And I mean, at this point, they've already made it pretty far. I mean, they're at the point, basically the final 9 at this point. You know, I don't know how vigilant I can be. I mean, at this point, it's getting pretty down to the wire here. No! You will not pass go. You will not collect $200. Oh god, these Meta Trolls are absolutely doing me dirty. Same with these Sawa Trolls. Alright, that should take care of them. I only have attack bots!
Travelers' defenses have been breached. I am quite good at this.
Oh, oh, I didn't even see that one of them breached. It might have been a Ruin Grader. In fact, that this is the final wave, and I'm kind of panicking. Only kind of, though. Although I feel like I might need to up my defenses
This
a
will
little
be
bit.
my final attack.
Oh, that's a healer.
Ha, ha, ha.
If this is your oh, I've reached the maximum number of units I can deploy. Okay, so apparently this guy right here can heal. Well, that's actually fantastic. Well, I guess it only heals within a certain row, and to be fair, this is the first time I'm actually using this. Well, my healer is going to be instantaneously going down here. No! Oh, well, they went through. Well, all that's left is this single Ruin Raider, and so far it is getting its Keister picked in. And just like that. That was quite the bonanza right there. With only a single enemy breaching. I am just so talented. Alright, so from the looks of this fourth combat event, it looks like we'll be tackling Freeze. And you know what? It was fate that Skirk was brought here. Man, if only I didn't already have Skirk, you know? Anyway, I'll meet you once we make the team real quick. It's time to make our opponents freeze. I just hope they don't cryo me a river.
Frontline guidance is up to you.
Time to shine.
Okay, so another thing that I also want to bring up is that I'm apparently going to go see a movie. Revolving around... Honestly, I don't even remember what it's about. Although the one thing that I do remember is that there's science involved, and yeah, science. Science is fun, isn't it?
Yoo-hoo! Let the world
Speaking of science, I'm sure that there are some people that know that Dr. Stone's Science Future Part 3 has been going around for quite a little bit. Like, about 5 weeks at this point, and it's, I do enjoy watching Dr. Stone. I think it's a fantastic series. I would definitely recommend watching it and also reading it. But speaking of, series, manga or anime that came out within the 2010s, it appears that Black Clover has also reached its final chapters. And I mean, like, its actual final chapters. Which is crazy to think. Because this is a series that's been around for 11 years at this point. Yes, I'm surprised it's been that long. And it's finally come to an end. Now, considering that, that it just recently ended, and I haven't read the last handful of chapters, so don't spoil it for me, because chances are social media would have already spoiled it anyway.
Hold out for fire support arrives.
So, once I get the time to actually read the last 3 chapters, and I don't know what I'm going to think about it, because from what I've heard, this is actually like one of the last, if not the last, manga to end that comes from, the whole 2010 generation, which is absolutely crazy if you think about it. Because I've been watching the series since it came out, I think it was 2017. And, you know, the anime went on for about 100, I think it was like 150 something episodes over the course of 3 years. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, I would definitely recommend watching it. I would highly recommend reading it, though. It is so great. And for the last of the bunch, we have Bloom mechanics. Well, Lunar Bloom specifically. And what a better way to end it off with having Miss Nefer. And of course, the baby. But I'm going to go ahead and make a team real quick, and we'll meet you here in a bit. I realize I don't have a sufficient Hydro Healer that hasn't been built yet, so Yehoda is guest starring in this final combat thing. Yeah, I figure it would make sense, you know, for her and Boss Neff to be part of this bonding experience together. So, Bina, let's go ahead and start this off.
Locked and loaded. Waiting on your signal.
You know, it would probably help if I applied Hydro. Was it a mistake? Probably, but you know what? We always gotta include Strawberry. In Strawberry-related shenanigans.
The deception ends here. Can't hide the truth. What a show.
Surge.
Careful. Hold out till fire support arrives. It all adds up. Fire support ready. Select a target. Land the projectile in the middle of the enemy formation.
Look how horrible you are. Looks like you set down after
Oh, well, I guess this is a good time, because we're literally just finishing up this event. What are the odds of that?
You're not going anywhere.
Can't hide the truth.
Yeah, it seems that I made quite a bit of a mistake bringing Strawberry. I probably should have brought a Hydro character.
The deception ends.
You know what? I made this decision. I'm gonna have to commit to it.
Hand it over. You're my target.
I mean, to be fair, we've already met the requirement anyway, so I guess it's a moot point.
No more love. Careful. Hold out till fire support arrives.
There's no need for fire support when you have feet. But man, what a perfect, like, actually perfect timing for that to, you know, actually come up. I guess 2 in-game days have already passed by the time that we've been going through footage. So, I guess with that, let's go ahead and meet up with Galon.
Took me a bit longer than I expected, but I found where he's hiding.
Let me just be sure of one thing. We're dealing with someone who has extremely dangerous weaponry in his hands. If it comes to it, are you prepared to handle the worst-case scenario?
Absolutely. You just need to trust us, just like we trusted you earlier.
Yeah, we've got this. My crew's already locked and loaded.
I'll take you at your word.
I know you said you wanted to keep this operation small, but I still thought you could use some backup. So, I chose a few promising young Spina members to help out. Clarande and I have got things covered at the Expo.
Yes, we're ready to roll then.
Let's go and get this operation underway, ladies. And Paimon.
Now that you're here, I guess we can get this show on the road.
Let's go.
Wait!
Oh, what is it, little ones?
I'm sorry, you can't come with us. You need to stay at the expo like we agreed. It's for your own safety.
We know. It's just... Do you really think Uncle Ashvapati is working for the bad guys?
I wish I could answer that question, but it would just be speculation. And I work based off evidence.
He's been gone for 2 days now, and he just left us here. He's never done that before. Maybe he really is working for those people and was afraid of getting caught. But if that's true, then that means he must have been involved in making and selling weapons in the past too. Wouldn't that make him a bad person? That's not for us to say. Take a look around the expo. There are plenty of other people making and selling weapons. Doesn't mean they're necessarily all bad people. Really? The same is true for your uncle. Whatever he may have done in the past, the real question we need to ask is why. There's a lot we need to know before we can judge a person. In Fontaine, we have a long and complicated process in place just to make sure we get the right answer to that question. Yeah. Why would Uncle Ashvapati do something like that? How about this? I'll make sure that Miss Chevras and Miss Yelan promise to bring your uncle back safe and sound. Then you can ask him yourselves.
Thanks, miss.
This situation is complicated and unpredictable. Isn't it a bit early to be making those kinds of promises? It's all right. We're prepared for whatever we might face.
Regardless, it's a promise we have to keep. After all, when the children get their answer, it will shape their understanding of what justice means.
Then, let's all do our part to make sure this ends as well as it possibly can.
You know, the fact that Yehoda hasn't showed up at this part of the main story yet is slightly concerning because, honestly, we know she's gonna show up, I just don't know when. Also, I don't know when she's gonna make me laugh, because we know it's gonna happen at this point.
Stop right there!
Criminal scum!
Where is he?
Ah, he must be using the Cloak of Invisibility.
We missed him.
Looks like he left behind plenty of evidence, though. Search the area. Let's see if we can find a lead.
Perhaps one of these 2 clues that he's left behind, like this book.
These records look suspiciously familiar.
Yeah. Doesn't seem very coincidental to me either.
What is it?
Remember when I said this group's cover was ironclad? They were always careful never to leave a trail leading back to them. The one time they slipped up, it broke the case wide open. We found a cargo manifest left behind at the scene. That's the clue that led us to Nodcry.
It was a similar story on our end.
And now that same manifest shows up here, among the records left behind by Ashvapati.
So, he's the guy that slipped up back then?
Unless it wasn't a slip-up at all. How did the same clue get left behind at 2 separate scenes and picked up by 2 separate law enforcement agencies? Thinking back on it now, it doesn't seem quite so accidental after all.
Perhaps it was meant to be intentional.
No. Almost like he led us here on purpose. But for what reason?
Well, maybe we'll find out with this piece of paper.
There's a letter here.
Look at how it's positioned. It was begging to be found. I think it might be for us.
Paimon, why don't you read it for us?
You think he knew we would come here?
If he did, he's a more impressive opponent than I anticipated.
Let's keep going. We can read it together when we debrief.
Wait! Is this what Paimon thinks it is?
It's a ballista.
It's the display model that goes with the prototype. Guess that does make him our thief.
What's worse is that, with his technical background, I bet he managed to bypass the security features on the prototype.
You're saying our guy has a battle-ready ballista in his possession, just waiting to be unleashed?
Oh, this isn't looking good.
Something isn't adding up. All the evidence suggests that he was here alone. Which begs the question, why would he unlock the ballista's features before even meeting up with his boss?
That's a question for another time. We need to focus on where he's going next.
This situation seems more complicated than we imagined. It looks like Ashvapati does have a connection to our criminal gang, but it might not be what we thought at first.
You don't think he's working for them?
Unlikely. He lured us to Nodcry, prepared those weapons on his own, deliberately put us on his trail. This is looking more and more like the work of an independent actor.
Well, if we want to get to the bottom of this, he's still our best lead.
We should probably read the letter.
That would seem to be our last remaining clue. Let's do it.
To the officers of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol and the Liyue Qixing, you certainly live up to your reputation. Within a single day, you were able to eliminate over half of the gang's forces. I appreciate the effort. I doubt my secret hiding spot will be a secret much longer. So I suppose it's my turn to throw my hat in the ring. I'm just glad I no longer have to run. So, before my day in court is upon me, allow me to confess to my crimes. It all started with a Kashara War researcher, expelled from the academia for violating a taboo. He had dedicated his life to the pursuit of knowledge. But when he found himself in the desert, it wasn't even worth a pail of water to quench his thirst. Could you spare some water? I'm a Kashara War researcher. If you need something, I could.
Researchers like you are a dime a dozen. Smart as a whip until you find yourself in the desert. Then, you're lucky to survive the night.
Are you mocking me?
No, son. Just still trying to figure out why I've got such a soft spot for strays like you. Here, give me your canteen. You got somewhere to go?
Not really. Thanks to this water, though. At least I can rule out the bottom of a vulture's stomach.
Now you're talking like desert folk. You could always join my band of misfits.
What would I do?
Gather food, guard our water source, just like everyone else I've taken in. Of course, if you have something you're good at, you're welcome to show it off. Every little bit helps.
All I know is weapons.
Weapons?
Yeah, I love studying them. Big and powerful ones, small and deadly ones, old ones, new ones. I believe the essence of Kshatriya research is embodied in weaponry, and the pursuit of this kind of technology is what pushes the world forward. My lifelong goal has always been to become a foremost expert on all kinds of weapons, so I can invent even more advanced ones. So I might have borrowed a few sensitive techs without permission, but you see the vision, right? The higher-ups in the academia just didn't understand.
The academia could have 1,001 reasons for exiling you out here, and it still wouldn't matter to me, son. All I care about is what this specialty of yours can do for us.
I can help upgrade your weaponry. That should come in handy in a dangerous place like the desert, surely.
True, weapons are essential to life here in the desert. Most folks get them when merchants happen to pass through. But when it comes to protecting the people here, this scimitar in my hand is more than enough. The kind of weapons you're talking about are overkill for a place like this.
Overkill? Really?
Our group is lucky. Our ancestors learned how to protect the oasis from the sandstorms to prevent it from drying up. Plus, we're pretty far off the beaten path. Helps us avoid conflict with other bands of Eremites. All in all, we don't have to travel to find water. We don't have to fight off other desert folk. It's a real place to call home. There are plenty of ways to die in the desert, but behind a lot of them lies too much ambition. So, having somewhere to settle down is more than enough for me.
I see. Guess I could do some odd jobs then.
I've heard you Kshatriya scholars are handy with all kinds of gadgets. You could always make something for the kids.
You mean, like, toys?
Yes, if you wouldn't mind. It'll give them something to do. Life can get boring out here.
All right, then. And just like that, a Kshatriya scholar at the cutting edge of his field ended up in the desert, making toys for children. It got boring from time to time, but all in all, those days were quite pleasant. The Eremites accepted me as one of their own, and all the children loved me. Looking back now, I wish I could have lived like that until the end of my days. But then, those despicable people showed up, and it changed everything. Don't rush me. These materials are in short supply.
Oh, they've got a lot of nerve showing their faces back here.
Send the gem? It has been a while.
Well, we have a right to this oasis too. Our ancestors were part of the group that discovered it.
You hated this place. After that giant sandstorm when everyone else was trying to figure out how to help, you got out of Dodge the first chance you could get!
Because I knew better than to be stubborn. Stay in one place too long around here, and it might just be your grave.
You abandoned this place. If we'd done the same, the Oasis wouldn't even exist anymore. You gave up your right to be here a long time ago.
I heard they joined another band of Eremites after leaving us, but got kicked out. I bet they're only crawling back to us now because they've got nowhere else to go.
Chief, should we drive him off?
I'd like to see you try. I'm warning you. You won't get rid of us that easily.
Leave them be. This oasis has always been big enough to sustain more than one group of people. It's not worth spilling blood over. All that matters is keeping the people here safe.
At the time, I didn't think much of it. Just Chaim Wazet being the kind-hearted man he always had been. And so, normal life continued. Much unchanged. Well, mostly. You can take the scholar out of the academia, but putting your life's work behind you is easier said than done. I often found myself looking through my collection of blueprints and sketches. The ruin drakes scattered around Sumeru were of particular interest to me. As far as I knew, no one had been able to analyze or reproduce the technology within those mechanisms. But I was able to design a kind of lure to bait them into attacking a specific target. In effect, turning them into a weapon. Somehow, the new arrivals at the Oasis must have caught wind of it, because they soon started taking an interest in me.
Hope you don't mind me asking, but is that a weapon you're researching?
I do mind, actually. It's none of your business.
Rumor is you used to be a researcher at the academia. All that knowledge going to waste out here in the sticks. What a shame.
What do you want?
I want to team up. The rules and red tape that got you kicked out of the academia, they don't exist in the desert. You could take this research to the next level. As things stand, all you've got is a blueprint and a pipe dream. But what if you had access to the right funds and materials? Just look at me. When there's more to be earned in the desert, I'm a desert folk. When the opportunities in Fontaine are sweeter, I'm a Fontanian.
You think everyone is as much of a lowlife as you?
A lowlife? There's nothing Mora can't buy, Ashvapati. That includes prestige. You're talking to a renowned Fontanian philanthropist who lives in the Vasari Passage and spends his days going from one grand banquet to the next. Nobody who counts would dare call me a lowlife.
Are you done?
Clearly there's no reasoning with you. Fine. Have it your way. But if you want me dead so bad, why'd you come to face me alone? That wasn't the wisest decision now, was it?
Oh, don't you worry. I brought plenty of firepower with me. You could have brought a whole army for all I care. These weapons will bury every last one of you!
Oh!
Are you crazy? If that thing fires, you're not getting out of here alive either.
Yes, that's the plan. It's high time both of us paid the price for our sins.
And these two no-names are gonna have to pay the price as well.
He's lost his mind. Get him! Start breaking his
drones until he removes this barrier.
Hold it right there, all of you! Otherwise, I've got enough firepower to go around, too.
I also have an immense amount of firepower in the form of Paimon. She doesn't do much, but she'll annoy you to death.
The Maison Gardiennage.
You got here sooner than I expected.
Hey! What's that in the sky? Looks like bad news.
It looks like mortar fire from the ballistas.
Ashvapati, I have my word that these people will face the judgment of the Fontaine Court. Remove the barrier and come with us at once.
Fontanian justice is too merciful for them. You should leave us.
Stubborn fool.
Ati, Neb, and Raya are waiting for you.
I don't deserve them. I have to atone for the things I've done.
What is it you feel you need to atone for? Weapons research?
You're from Liyue, right? Your ancestors were the first people to master the recipe for gunpowder. And yet, they turned it into fireworks and firecrackers that even children could play with. Surely, it's choices like that which make Liyue what it is today. I hear that it's a very peaceful place to live for the most part. But me? I chose to use my research skills to create weapons of war that brought death to countless people and destroyed the only home those kids had. That's why I have to atone. Because I have blood on my hands.
Sounds like you don't know as much as you about fireworks. They might be harmless fun in this day and age, but they started out as weapons too, you know.
What?
That's right. Fireworks and firecrackers were originally developed for use as weapons. They needed something a little more powerful than usual for purging evil forces and scaring off wild beasts. Over time, evil spirits learned to fear the sight of flames, and the beasts retreated into the mountains. That's when people started repurposing fireworks for entertainment purposes. The peace we enjoy today isn't because we chose to make toys instead of weapons. The weapons are what secured us the peace in the first place. Only then did we have the luxury of choosing to turn them into toys instead. It's people, not weapons, that commit acts of evil. And when people are as bent on destruction as the evil forces and beasts faced by our forebears, whatever tools they have at their disposal end up as weapons.
Time is running out. Please. Leave while you still can.
Relax. Now that we have these guys in custody, I think we can find a way of repurposing these ballistas for the children's amusement.
I knew they were looking for trouble, but they messed with the wrong manager.
position! Prepare to intersect! On my signal! Fire!
But how?
A fireworks show? Oh.
Recording mode on.
Has this always been part of the show?
No funny business.
I knew it. Like I told you, I knew it was gonna happen. It was just a matter of when.
I never imagined the Guizhong ballista could be used for something so beautiful.
To be fair, I saw this coming.
If you'll agree to come with us and answer some questions, it would be a big help to our investigation.
Of course. You'll have my full cooperation. I know I'm guilty. Just not sure of the precise crime at this point.
Honestly, me neither. I'm sure a case like yours would have Fontaine's top legal experts scratching their heads. As for these arms dealers, though, I can confidently say that none of them will be getting away with this. So at least you can take some solace in that. I know. There's no sentence the court can give them that will satisfy you. But at least the trial will be a public declaration of their crimes and the punishment they will receive. The victims deserve that much. Considering the alternative was them dying in obscurity to a revenge killing with no one left behind to tell the story. This looks more like real justice to me.
I guess you're right.
Wait. So, oh, for a second there, I thought I was just gonna have to sit here and wait for quite a while. But anyway, Yehuda, it's time to use chaos control!
Great! Everyone's in one place!
And everything seems to be perfectly okay.
Now that we are on the other side of this incident, I suggest we put any remaining questions to rest here and now. The Voynich Guild won't be responsible for any disputes remaining after this meeting.
Understood. Well, there's been no serious harm to me or any of my compatriots. And with the arms dealing operation closed down, I've achieved my strategic objective. I'm happy to let the Fontaine authorities prosecute culprits from here on.
I appreciate your flexibility. I'll need all of them in my custody to proceed with the case files. As for you... Given your association with the Voynich Guild, I suspect the boss of the Curatorium might raise some objections if I insisted on bringing you into custody as well.
Then what do you propose, Miss Chevreuse?
While pursuing one of the suspects in this case, it was unfortunately necessary for me to destroy a certain signboard in Nasha Town.
Is that an official confession, officer?
What I'm suggesting is that I don't file charges against Ashvapati, he stays here, and in return, You don't seek damages for the signboard. Sound fair?
Deal.
Huh. That went surprisingly smoothly. Paimon figured it was gonna be a whole ordeal.
And that's what we like to call the law of equivalent exchange.
Uncle Ashpapati, we...
They told us the whole story. Everything you've done. Even so, we still want you as our uncle.
But I...
If you'd been less trusting of the promises these men made to you back then, and left some weapons for your own people to defend themselves with, maybe things would have turned out differently. The way I see it, your crime wasn't the weapons research itself. It was failing to use that knowledge sensibly, to protect the ones you cared about.
Yeah. You're absolutely right.
Well then, what are you waiting for? The chance to atone for real is staring you right in the face.
Children, from now on, I will protect you with my life.
Traveler, Yelan, on behalf of the Fontaine authorities, it has been a pleasure working with you both. I wish you all the best.
I have plenty of other business to attend to, so it's probably about time I got going as well. See ya.
Looks like you're a free man.
I guess, but even if they won't arrest me, I still have a lot to answer for. I joined the Voynich Guild with my own agenda and nearly ruined their reputation.
After you joined us, it didn't take me long to find out that you'd lied about nearly everything. Everything except your desert origins. That turned out to be true. I actually consider the desert my home too, so I was interested to learn who the real Ashvapati was. Thanks to the Traveler, I now know the full story. And my, what a story it is. Granted, the final chapter caused us a fair amount of trouble. But hey, sometimes that's the price you pay for a good ending.
Are you serious?
I mean, obviously I can't let you stay in the guild. Not after all the rules you broke.
I completely understand.
I'd recommend that you take these kids back to the desert.
Why?
The desert has been plagued by seemingly endless conflict since as far back as I can remember. But your story offers a glimpse of a different way of life. Maybe there really is hope for peace in the desert. The Sumeru of today is a different world than what it once was. With Lesser Lord Kusanali at the helm, who knows where the possibilities end? Maybe you could rebuild the home these kids once knew.
I'm flattered, really. But that was a lifetime ago. I'm sure the sandstorms will have buried any last trace of that oasis by now. Sure, we could put up a few tents and call it a settlement. But what then? It would be a brutally harsh existence. There's no way around it.
Where there's Mora, there's always a way. Hello, my dear customer. Why don't you discuss your needs with me? If you can dream it, you can buy it.
So Mora is the answer, huh? All right. Say I wanted to buy a hometown for these children. You telling me I can buy that from you?
Don't take her so literally. She's just doing her sales pitch.
Yep, that's the Dory way.
Sure can. Huh? Ta-da! I present to you one magical gemstone created by none other than the renowned mage Alice herself. Simply plant it in the ground and a spring will instantly start growing. Before long, you'll have yourself a fully fledged oasis. And the best part is, it's designed to work flawlessly, even in the most arid and sandiest of deserts.
You know, to be fair, I would expect Alice to, come up with something like this.
What the?
Huh. Looks genuine to me.
Goodness. They always say you can find everything at the Not Cry Trade Expo. Turns out it's more than just marketing hyperbole. Still, surely a treasure like this must cost the world. As much as I'd love to buy it, I don't think I'm the kind of clientele you're looking for.
Actually, this could be your lucky day. The mage who tasked me with selling this insisted on setting the price herself, and she priced it as whatever keeps the kids happy. Needless to say, I could have found far more lucrative options. But alas, none of them would be worth breaking a promise to a mage over.
Whatever keeps the kids happy? So what is that in Mora?
Good question. I got it! How about I charge you whatever you three kids earned at the expo? Then you can say you bought back your hometown through nothing but your own hard work. I think that would keep the kids very happy indeed. Wouldn't you agree?
Deal!
Hooray!
Well, this was a strange turn of events.
You never know what to expect with Dory. One last thing. Ah. Beautiful.
I think it's safe to say that this was one of the more memorable trade expos.
And quite a memorable one it was, indeed. And with that, that concludes the main event for this update. It was a pretty fun one, a very hilarious one in some cases, I would like to add. So, next time on Genshin Impact will be the 6.6/Luna 7 update. So, with that in mind, until then, I'll catch you all later.